Alright, welcome back. Typus here with another episode of the FF12 Randomizer. Please excuse the buffing that is happening in the background, but we stand here on the edge of, honestly I don't know what this particular map section is, but this is the one that, hides a bunch of nasty treasures there. I mean, not treasures, traps, the opposite of a treasure. But it holds the Wyvern Lord. Oh, Bosh, well done. Beautifully job there. But that's fine. It holds the Wyvern Lord, whom we are going to slay with Fran, naturally. Ash is just out purely to earn some points for steel, so we can get another hint from a map removable next time we see one. Look at Bosh's damage. He has got the buff on his license board, which means he gets bonus damage when on crit HP, which is pretty good. But that's not going to be super useful against the Wyvern Lord because he does not have a weapon that reaches it. But that will be fine. I don't think Fran's going to take too long to get rid of it. But we will just get rid of these enemies en route. I do think these axe breaks are quite pretty with their feathers. They can also drop a gun weapon, which at the point of the game where you encounter them can be quite good. Oh hey, it heals Vosla. Vosla's healed by, oh, there's a treasure chest, by wind damage it seems. Okay, we want Ash out of the party, and Fran in the party, and Fran over here. I guess it defaulted to whoever was the leader there. And our little friendly treasure chest with a bit of gil. There's our mark, flying in the air. And half damage already. It missed. Trying to get a good shot here, Fran. Of it, there it is, it's dead. Bosh is still on crit HP, and we're going to be taking on another flying foe. Fran happens to have our, what is it, the manufactured Nethicite I think it was, which auto-equips silence, and she has it purely because it's got rather a good amount of, well, it's got elemental resistance to all elements. It's not like Fran is actually using her magic. She does have Ardor, so if we encounter something that's weak to fire, or we need multiple people who can hit a flying target, then she'll probably switch out the Sight-and-Grat and give everything a blast of Ardor, which is a pretty powerful spell. No good if the enemy happens to absorb fire, but yeah, it is good. Fairly slow to cast. Now, most of the traps should still be active, except for the one that Bathia ran over. So up the sandbank, and we will get distracted by the enemy. Man, Sight-and-Grat also, another bonus, has a really long aggro range. I think it's got most range of any of the bows. Anyway, through the chasm, I guess. Look at those lovely PS2 era textures. Repeating textures. You don't see those outside of modern games, outside of Pokemon, do you now? And across here, this is nice in the Zodiac Age, because it's essentially a checkpoint. Back on the PS2 era, you had to hike all the way back from a save point, which was miles away. And now we are at Wraithfall's tomb, and we should be greeted soon by the Phoenix. No. Hello, Garuda. So normally you use the Escaberries to significantly make it easier, or in this case, you just use the Sight-and-Grat. We've got the teleport crystal here. Nice for heals. And this is the first dungeon. Okay, you may unlock the battle against Vosla by completing the Wraithfall Tomb of Wraithfall. And that is also another check for something else. I believe that is the one that if you go talk to the Gareth Elder back in Jahara, he will give you an item. Yeah, it's like one random-ass obscure check that is very, very easy to overlook. Now, I highly doubt that... read the inscription, touch the device, okay. Oh yeah, that's a teleport back. The Demon Wall. We better decide fast. And no need for a decision on this one. It's shoot it, because it's going to die very, very fast. Look at that HP go. And it doesn't even get its telegar off. But that is also one of the checks for the clan primer for Mont Blanc. So if you are doing Wraithwall's Tomb, it's optimal if you're able to defeat both demon walls.
The wall comes, we must be quick. Together we can bring it down.
This demon wall was significantly weaker, and it's going to take longer to walk up to it than it is to defeat it. I think most people in their very first playthroughs had significant challenge beating the first but optional demon wall. Oh yeah, see, Fran almost one-shots it. There, way less HP. It took like 3 hits from Fran for the first one, but the second one, yeah, 1 hit. So now we are in Wraithwall's Tomb. There's probably going to be chunks kept out of this one because, let's be honest, it's go to side A, go to side B, hit the device on both of them. Is this a thing? No, it's not a thing. You can go back to where the first demon wall was and hit a switch for a hidden treasure. But in this randomizer, that may not even be spawned. I think in the default game, it's a guaranteed spawn. Alright, I've re-equipped Fran because I was kind of sick of her always looking purple. Alright, 1 teleporter back. 1 map, which I will take. And look at the expanse here. You've got the high ceiling, and then if you tilt the camera, you can kind of see all the layers down below. And it's really cool, like you actually go to pretty much all the layers. And that was, I guess, kind of a cool thing for a PS2 game, is that you are seeing like such good world building, and you can see like the whole area. Trying to bring the camera down, it's like we can see all the way down into the pit where you fight Belias right at the bottom. And like having all of that rendered on screen back in the PS2 era. Alright, just double checking that there's no items in this area, which even if there were, I would not be going to go hunt, because that's kind of annoying and a little bit of a long hike. That and through here, so I think I always go to the right path first. I just default to that one. Go through here, go through halfway, flick a switch. Then I think you can warp back. Is this the route? No, it's not. And there are no treasures in here. Oh, even better. So I'm gonna fast walk to the halfway point in this section. So we're here in this portion of the map. We've got a waystone, and we've got, I think it is actually the glowy orb thing to touch. Oh, look at that light show on Vossler there. With that, whoops. Did not mean to do that. Haste effect. Anyway, touch the jewel because it's an ancient tomb. You always do that. And the glowy effect is still there. This half races down the pedestal, summons a horde of zombies, which we will very easily get rid of. And you can either hike all the way back if you so choose, or tap the crystal. And this is the first dungeon in the game where you would have the teleporter things, and they will appear elsewhere. It's kind of almost lampshaded, is that the right term? By Balthier, where he mentions at the beginning that it's a natural part of all these ancient ruins that you get these random teleporters. And then later on, it turns out that, oh, these were all ruins created by the ancient godlike race of, I forget what they're called, whatever it is, the giant spirit that possesses Balthier's father and is secretly controlling the fates of all of the races of Evilis. Yeah, they just happen to be the ones who have dotted the landscape with their teleporters. Maybe they were teaching humans how to use them, because that's how you get to their floating city in a cutscene. Can't explore it. You just get whisked up there, Ash says a piece to the floating god things, and then you go told to take on the Pharos Lighthouse or some shit. Which way we want to go? We want to go this way. Again, no treasures here. Nice. And I'll see you at the zombie spawner. Well, ghost spawner for this side. Alright, we're at the next teleporter. This one's green flavour, lime flavoured. And the next glowy crystal. Southfall, touch it. Again, we get our pedestal lowered further. Now, don't be a dumb one like me half the time and forget that you're supposed to walk down the lowered section. And of course, we've got another trap, I suppose, with some wraiths. And they introduce us to the oil status effect, which this is about the only boss in the game that is going to really use it. What have we got down there? A bottomless pit. So this boss and the oil status is fire elemental. Also, the oil status makes you weak to fire because, you know, oil burns brightly, you've been smeared with oil or tar, and you get weaker to fire damage regardless of equipment. No items here, which is lovely. And this boss uses fire. So we can see down here, and if we look up, I mean, it's a bit hard to look up. Not trying to look up Fran's skirt, but you can see sort of all the places that we came from. Which is really cool. It's like everything is within the one map, and you really are exploring a giant set of ruins here. Alright, so we've got Belias, who's going to be cool. Sitting there or waiting for us to beat him. Now, I don't care about the cutscene, so we're skipping that. And Belias is going to go down in, 3 hits? Okay, so we've got the license for the second board, which is what we wanted. Belias didn't even get to use any of his cool stuff. Saber boosts his attack. So the license is guaranteed on this one. And that is something that you can set in the settings. You could have the second license board anywhere, but I like it to be on this one. Mostly because it gives you a targeted goal so you know where to go for the board. Otherwise, I guess it would be contained within the hints, but depending on where the board is, it could really, really stymie what you could do. Okay, so we go down the long corridor. I mean, I feel like this is slightly longer than it needs to be. You know. And then we get to the room of the treasure. Now, I'm pretty sure I just need to tap this. Yep. Oh, crystal shield. Okay, now we can touch the waystone and warp back. The still shine of Mirim, which is the ice one, you do have to talk to the sword. This one, it's just touch that crystal. And then warp back again. And we will do the Vossler fight with Vossler. And the Vossler fight with Vossler will annihilate Vossler. So now, we should be able to board the Leviathan, defeat Vossler, and I think that is the check for being able to naturally progress through the Mosphoran High Waste. I think. I will double check that. So this is, Fran is guaranteed to be in Berserk for this fight because story reasons. And we get the Medallion of Love. That is one I hope I never have to use, because that's all the way through the Necrohole of Nebadis. And this was Vossler's Curse Your Sudden But Inevitable Betrayal. And we're back out here. Oh hey, we've still got Vossler in the party. You know, continuity doesn't mean anything in a randomizer, does it? Okay, so I'm going to double check in Nalbina that Vossler is indeed the check required to get the guards to bugger off at Nalbina. Oh, they are still here. What is their check? It's one of the other judges, isn't it? Okay, no civilians allowed, blah blah blah. Oh, okay. Defeat Judge Bergen and Paramana. Cool. That's fine. We have another route around, but I'm going to first hand in that mark that I did right at the beginning, the Wyvern Lord, and check out what these 2 demonoliths gave us. Alright, stopped at the clan provisioner to see if there was anything good. There was a nice hat for Barsh, and we've gotten all of these things from the crap that we've sold off. So we get Dispel. I already have that. Revive is not useful because it kills whoever's using the revive ability. Meteorite, whatever. Ice shield, we got one of those. Hastiger, okay, I'll take that. Lu Shang's badge. That's one piece of the, what's it, Turnsol. Alright, Mont Blanc, what do you have? Brave Companion. Cool. We've gone up in the world. Sword of Kings. Okay, that's one of our swords that we would need. And we've got the Demon Wall. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, we can use Zodiac. That's... I mean, he's a good Esper. And a Moon Silver Medallion. I don't really want that one. That's, again, Necrohole of Nepenthes. We come to Amal's weaponry, where he's got a Behemoth blade at the back. And we talk to this Imperial, who's called Cheryl. And we defeated his mark, so we get some money and an ether. And the Treaty Blade. Okay, so we've got both of the blades needed. But we've only got one of the Magicites, of the 3 magical stones, but we have 2 of the blades. Well, we'll have to get some more. We also need a whole bunch of bloody system access keys. Where am I headed? I'm headed this way, I think. Oh, I can now talk to Rumzat to do the cactus quest. I guess we'll help you. It's a fairly quick and easy check. So talk to him, and then we have to go to the plaza, which is through this door. Talk to the dude there, and then go to Lowtown and talk to another dude. And then go talk to a cactus. So we need to talk to Kotz here. Yak through his dialogue. And now we've got to go down to Lowtown. It is quicker to access the section of Lowtown through the Sansi teleport rather than going through the entrance to Lowtown next to Giza Plains, because Kotz, I forget the dude's name, lives in the northern section of the sprawl. So back to Lowtown. So the reason I normally like doing this early on, and would probably prefer this one being accessible a smidge earlier, which area is it? Over here, I think, is it's a lot of extra back and forth if you've already done the Wraith Hunt. This is our dude, Northen. Yep, so he talks about the Wind Vein. We don't have any bits of the Wind Vein, but we can do a check yet. It's because, yeah, it's a little bit of hiking that you don't really need to do, where I feel like you don't really need to do. So now we need to go through the Wester Sand to find our Dynast Cactus in a little secret area and get our, well, whatever it is we're getting. Now I'm going to switch out Fran again so that Ash can do some thievery. So you want to make your way to this little hidden area where there are some Dynast Cactuses. Something buried around the roots. We've got Traveller, some Gil, and another Esper. Ooh, that means we have another check for Mont Blanc, because we now have 4 Espers, I believe. We've got Zodiac, Zalera, the Fanfrith and Hashmel, I think. But I will actually come back for Mont Blanc. I know I've only got 1 check on him, so I'll come back for him. But for this one, we are going to be going the back route through the Corroboree Steppe to the Tsita Uplands, through the Fawn Coast, etc. Get our checks and get our teleports. But before we go off to the Fawn Coast, we're going to be looking at what the license grids are, because we got those, and we want to give some people some extra licenses. So Fran is major damage dealer. He has, okay, so Balthier is buffer. He's got a pretty good weapon. Barsh I'm not so sure on. So we've got Zodiac and Zalera, and we've got a second license grid. So for weapons, swords aren't bad. I do want a healer, and whoever's not got the Sighting Grat is going to be the healer. I also don't want Fran being the healer because she's also really good for damage. Oh, license grid's here. That's been moved. I swear that was not always there. Okay. So I was on the zone edge, so I can reload the autosave if I want to change anything. So we want to Lawmaster and Viking. Red Mage Hunter. That could be good. Dark Bishop Ninja. I forget what a Dark Bishop has got. What's preview? So Dark Bishop has got Curaga. Asuna, Raise, that's nice. Cura. Extra HP. It uses maces. And you're also looking for what else is on the grid that you haven't gotten. So a lot of good Darkga is nice. So basically Darkra and Cura for the Dark Bishop. And what's it? Ravage? No. What the heck? It was this side again. So we've got a shit ton of HP. Honestly, that could be good. And yeah, you know what? I don't have any raised magic, but alright, this is going to be Balthia's one, I think. Barsh's one. We've got that one already. So this is Sorcerer Supreme. That's got the highest tier offensive magic. And Brawler, which is shit. That, no, I do not want to give Fran that one. I want to give Fran one that gives her access to the other side of her grid. Elementalist and Black Belt. What has that got? So Black Belt's got your poles. Fairly chunky amount of HP, I think. And then the Elementalist is Geomancy, makes sense. Oh, it's also got Ardor. Okay, so I'm not going to give this one to Fran. That would double up on things. Shaman and Rogue. That's going to be swords, isn't it? This means daggers. Master Thief. Oh, default to that. Nice. Chunk of HP. That one's also not bad. That one might be Fran's one. And what's Dispel is good. Oil's fine. Dispel Gar. The magics on this one are not super impressive. But that could be a good Fran one for the Shaman. White Mage, Valkyrie. That's not a bad combo. White Mage is purely your healing magics, which makes sense. And the other one is Valkyrie is spears by the look of it. So anything that could be considered jump. Move safely past trap. Nice. And a good chunk of HP. Okay, that I'm going to say can be Fran. Chemist and Samurai. Samurai is long swords for the katanas. And the Genji equipment. Again, a nice chunk of HP on that. And the other one is just purely all your buff ones and abilities. It's so it does have Cure and Curaga. Didn't think it did. It's got a few heals. Lawmaster's the one with all of the additional ones. Red Mage Hunter. Red Mage again. You got white and black magics. Has a pretty good spread. And then Hunter is of course bows, which unfortunately kinda crap. Invisible is useless. Well, because the entire party has to have it. So I'm going to show you something on Fran's grid. I do not want to enter this section because of this tile and this tile, which permanently puts her at MP0. So it means, in theory, all of these juicy tiles are inaccessible. But if there's a matching tile on her other grid, which she does now, we can get there. And we've got plenty of tiles to get stuff. So normally most weapons, most grids are going to have some sort of ultimate weapon. Except for Brawler, which is why I did not want Brawler. Additionally, accessories and armors could be shared. Well, she's invisible. Not that it will be very useful. Ignore evasion. That will be very nice. I will take that. That is actually a very good ability. Now we've got a Battle Law 1. This, as I said, now it shows up on the other grid. So that means we can ignore these cursed tiles and get access to a whole bunch of things. So Fran does have access to all of the ultimate weapons, along with some nice juicy other tiles. So 500 HP, I'll take that. Focus, that's nice. She has access to more armors, although she is pretty well armored at the moment. Again, she's got Genji. So, like, as an initial grid, this one is not great to get because you are limited on your weapons. But as a secondary grid, it could be very good. So that's her done on this side. I don't have any of the other ones. I'm going to make sure that she gets a few other nice juicy abilities. Unaffected by knockback is always nice. Gain MP after taking damage. If I ever want to be a tank, I mean, that would be useful. Now we want to make sure that she's got Cura. So I did give her the white magic grid. None of the others. Bypassing Reflect is nice. Don't have Renew or Holy. Don't care about potions. So we're going to be giving Barsh a few things. Mostly HP because we don't really have the weapons yet. Swiftness is good. I am going to be keeping an eye out for a better weapon for Barsh. Counter more often, I'll take that. And I am going to make sure that I pick up Kuriga. Darkra would be nice. There's no point in getting Kuraja yet because I do not have that spell yet. And I'm out of LP. Oh well, I'll take that though. And after magic damage, I'll take that too. I'm not going to give Balthier another grid yet. He is doing enough damage, and he is mostly there as buffs. But I will be setting up Barsh's Gambit grid. Well, I won't be giving Barsh a grid, any more Gambits, because I didn't buy any more Gambit slots, and I ran out of LP for that. Alright, we are at Belfonheim. We're going to go on the Corroboree step. And we're going to see how well our party deals with the enemies. I suspect they're going to be pretty good. Because we've got one more treasure, and I think it was up this way. We're pretty high level. We've got decent abilities and such. HP and defenses aren't bad. Okay, we're pretty good. Not doing bad. Aside from not hitting the right characters here. I am also going to check out the Moogle that's in here whilst I revive Ash. Alright, we've got the Cartographer's one. We've got 6 hints, so we've got some more from last time. So our key items that we've picked up, we've got the Medallion of Love, Sword of Kings, Moonsilver, and Treaty Blade. And new hints are Hunt 5, the Nidhogg has the Clan Primer, we've done that. Atomos has Hastiger. We've got Hastiger already, although we haven't beaten Atomos. Nebreus Deadlands. Treasure has Regen. Cool, don't care. Defeating Chaos has Lente's Tear. Chaos is in the Necrohole of Nabadis. He's a bitch to defeat because he is... well, you have to use magic on him. Hunt 2 Thextra. We've already got that. Seta Uplands. Uazkuf Hills has Curaja. I will be on the lookout for that. Lowtown, Wraith, we've done that. Rabanasta Tomage, that was an ass starting stuff. Giza Plains Dry has Blizzard. Alright, so the only good thing in that was that there's a spell Curaja in the Seta Uplands. Yes, Ash is also 10 levels lower than anyone else. She has not been leveling up. And that's probably how it's going to stay. Okay, we will have Fran as the main one. Fran also happens to have the Sight and Grad, so she's going to be attacking our Wyverns, who are pains in the bum. There's our treasure chest, though. What have we got for this area? File putrid liquid. Well, it's a sell item. So these enemies... Holy crap, insta-kill. Woof. Alright, yeah, Sighting Grat, fucking 20k. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of damage. I know I got a few buffs from the grid, but I didn't think I had that much. So yes, if you're ever wondering if the Sighting Grat is overpowered, it is... Oh, it is, well, fucking overpowered is what it is. Okay. Oh, and we've got another level. So, oh, we've also hit a reverse trap, which, I guess is a thing. So what we are looking for now, we're not looking for strength or levels anymore. Oh, it didn't die. Huh. Okay. We are looking for the system access keys, because we cannot fly the Stroll to get to the final dungeon. And that is literally the only thing that is stopping us at this point. Okay, these things have a lot of HP. Cool. And Fran now has license... Oh, little sod. You guys got hit by the enemies. Okay, be like that. Well, Valsey's, whoops, KO, might as well have it. Ash getting a little bit of XP. Yes, Fran is an hour healer until Bosch gets stuff. I hate the Cryptixes. They're just annoying little, well, big buggers. No idea where our treasure chest is, but don't really care that much. Fran is our healer only because she has gambits to our set healing. Don't know who they've gone and targeted. The other party members have just decided they want to go AWOL. Ash, please go the hell away from whatever you're trying to attack. You're on 400 HP. There you go. Good girl. Ooh, we got Scathe from this treasure chest. That's nice. So that is incentive to set someone to be Sorcerer Supreme. Because Scathe is the best magic attack in the game. If we potentially have to defeat Chaos to be able to get into Mount Baromesis, then that's good to know that we can just grid someone up to be a sorcerer. So we're just going to blitz through the Corroboree Steppe. The enemies are not super scary. I'm just going to be running through on double speed, speed it up. It's a huge area. Look at it spanned out there. It's bigger than the Far Plane. I mean, the Calmlands. And you can see the route that we've taken. And there is a mysterious island in there. So Fran's just one-shotting most everything. Oh, Vossler's dead. Aha! This is what I was hunting for. Notice this arrow just sitting here. I think that appears only if you've got the Sighting Grat equipped. Well, so, yeah, I know it's got something to do with the Sighting Grat. Yeah, I de-equip the Sighting Grat, the arrow has vanished. I re-equip the Sighting Grat. Like so. Oh, where's it got to? Oh, we've got, yep. Oh, that makes her weak to water, huh? And it reappears. No idea why it does that, but it does, and it's just a cool little Easter egg. We are going to be doing one more hunt and one more check on here. We're in the Ceta Uplands. I'm going to have to work out which area in the Ceta Uplands corresponds to our Curager spell. But, because normally I bring up the map with select, but I can't quite do that. Come on. I want that treasure. We got, oh, Bubble. Bubble is amazing. Oh, he's asleep. Double HP. Ah, we are really cooking here. We've got Bravery, we've got Bubble, we've got overpowered weapons. And there's Curager. Okay, I guess I don't... Holy shit, this area is like... got everything. Bubble and Curager are like the best spells for staying alive. But anyway, we actually want to go down this way. And we've got the right weather for our hunt. So we're hunting I forget what it's called, but it's a giant shield worm type monster. Only likes to come out in the pouring rain. So again, it's another thing with weather dependent effects. Oh, Vossler's been hit with stuff. Cool, whatever. And we want to go down the southern section. So this is the Zeta Uplands. Down here now, is this the right... Okay, Vossler's dead. Cool. This is not the right map piece, I don't think. I think it's one more over. Yes, it's in this area over here. And you can zone backwards and forwards a little bit to trigger, but you have to have... So we're not in the right weather. Oh, we are apparently in the right weather. Cool. Well, never mind. This is what we're hunting. Which is the lindworm. Which, I suppose I'll make Valfia dispel it. There you go. Fran can do some more damage. I think Fran has a gambit which gives, means she does more damage at full HP. Okay, you are going to have to cure them. Thank you. 1000 damage, okay. Bosh is maybe not super duper. Okay, level 2 sleep. I don't know what our levels are. Apparently no one's at level 2, which is amazing. This is a hunt. We will not be able to hand this one in. A, because it requires a specific item to hand in. Like the worm scale or something. And B, we can't even access the hunt sender. This one is in old Arcades. And we do not have the Arcades teleport, nor do we have the access through the Soshin Cave Palace yet. Okay. He is not wanting to hit Fran, who was our tankiest. Oh, now that's better. Thank you. See, only 54 damage. Vash has got like 30 defense, I think. And he gets like 600 damage versus 54 for Fran. Okay, he has re-equipped himself with Protect. Valthea, please do your thing and get rid of it. There you go, a counter. Nice. Bash also could do with a new weapon. He's not doing super good damage there. Potentially this guy... Oh shit, you are on low HP. There you go. Top up. So, yep, he's on now critic HP, so he's probably going to take less HP. Yeah, he is. And he's probably going to do more. Stone Breath is not great. Does a lot of damage. Fireball, again, not great. Oh, okay, that's not too bad. There we go. Counter, nice. And you should be dying very shortly. I hope. Definitely without Fran's weapon, it would be a little bit harder. Oh, you can use Bio. Forgot about that. Oh, that was a nice chain there from Bash. Shame it was only the same as a single hit from Fran. Now, Bash probably does have enough LP by now to use Curaga and that. And I will be making him the primary healer. Rather than Fran. Let's go, come on. You're almost dead. You've got a tiny slither of HP bar left. Let's go, you giant worm. You're almost done. There you are. And of course everyone gets a level up. Some gil. Well, that was trash. But there's still one more thing to get on the Zeta Uplands. And that is the check for the Soshin Cave Palace key, which I will be rushing to get to. Ooh, 3 treasures in here, and we're right next to it. Marlboro's getting sniped. 1 treasure. And we get a broken great axe. That's an enemy drop. I think it's off one of the... I think it's definitely off one of the little cockatrice type enemies. Alright, anything else en route here? There is also a hunt that we can do, and I think we will do, but next time in the Soshin Cave Palace. It is a tough one. Does a lot of physical damage, but we can take advantage of Wither. Now, these dudes, we talk to them and mash through their dialogue, and we have to accept the fake hunt. This will give us whatever the check for the Soshin Cave Palace key is, and hopefully something nice. Disable. Could have been better. We can't get at the Mandragoras yet. But we've got our teleport crystal, our save crystal, Vossler back in the party. And that will do us for this episode. And next time we will continue through the Fawn Coast, access the shops there, do some hunts in the Salika Wood. And until next time, let's just type this out. Have a good day, guys. Bye.